Good morning. This is Monday, and the date is March 16th, 2026. And I'm going to be going over the aspects for this week leading up into the new moon on the 18th. So this reading is really for the whole week. Okay. The highlights that I'm doing starting today, March 16th, are Mercury conjunct Mars and the North Node. And that creates heightened intuition, action, the combined energies of Mercury, which is communication, and Mars, which is action. North Node is destiny. So you have those three things working together: communication, action, and destiny. So it makes a good time for soul growth and just expanding yourself. A good time to explore inner workings, things that you are trying to work on to manifest within yourself spiritually. This is a good time for that. But also, it's a time for misunderstandings too. So with the Mercury retrograde, you have to be careful with creating emotional upset with others. So that retrograde in Pisces could have you wondering just what the hell happened when you're in a conversation and it just turns sour and you don't even realize what you said that might have triggered the other person. But that Mercury retrograde is coming to an end on the 21st. So the things are turning around, and as things turn around, sometimes they get more activated, and so that's why this coming week, miscommunications are very possible in all areas. Okay, so I'm starting with the 17th, which will be tomorrow. So the North Node will be going retrograde, and that goes retrograde at 11:08 a.m. And then it is on point exact with Mercury retrograde at 8:52 seconds at 12:08. So North Node and Mercury retrograde will be in exactly the same degree and second at 12:08 p.m. tomorrow. And that's going to be a big deal, because what happens is that you've got all this Pisces energy that is driving the spiritual movement and what some people call the New Age movement, or the transformation of this, our world, that is driving it into a more future driven, more of an altruistic type of environment. So we're going in that direction. But we've got along with that North Node that's driving it forward, because the North Node is about movement, future, going forward, taking us into the next level. So, and that's on an outer scale, but also on a personal level as well. So you may find yourself being driven back into your spiritual learning, and going back in and rereading and deciding, if the direction you were going in is the right direction for yourself. But along with this, we have the sun in Pisces, 27 degrees, moon 9 degrees Pisces, moving into the new moon on the 18th, and Mars is 11 degrees Pisces. So we've got a lot of Pisces emotional energy that's very intuitive. It's very creative and spiritual. But then we also have this Aries energy, which is Venus, 13 degrees Aries, Saturn and Neptune and Chiron in the same vicinity, all in Aries. So this is very opposing energy. We've got fire and water, and these two just oppose each other. The water of Pisces is emotional, and the fire of Aries is about the driving force. So the driving force may be pushing emotional issues forward. So you may feel the need and the drive to push through some emotional things that you've been working on. Push through and just be brave and push through it and accept it, look at it, and then see what you're going to do about it. Something is brewing, and we can all feel it. We all know it. I do believe that on the 17th, with this Mercury retrograde and North Node crashing into each other at the exact same degree, same second, I think that there could be some issues that happen outside of us, in the bigger scheme of things, whether it be political or religion, any of that sort of thing. We may see a big stir of a religious issue, or the issues of spirituality and political. People just are not accepting what is being dished up. They're just not accepting it. And so this brings it back again for another dose to bring it home, basically. Okay, Mercury retrograde in Pisces has allowed us to go back and undo some emotional damage that may have seemed impossible to correct. Pisces Mercury retrograde is unlike harsher retrogrades, like say fire. Retrogrades are a little bit harsher and more direct. Pisces is more emotional and softens the blow and tries to take the softer way to get to the results that are being desired. So, yeah, the ideas that seem to be set in stone and answers that seem to be set in stone, they're not. So you can go back and you can regroup and see where, if you want to make some changes there. We've got a few more days to do that. With Mars and Pisces and the North Node, this can give a dream that you're having a boost to move forward into reality. So, don't discount the dreams and ideas that you are trying to manifest. This is a time you could actually push it into reality, and be met with a positive outcome. Those who've not awakened to the notion that we are shifting into a more spiritually recognized timeline can get another chance to get on board during this time, this week, before it all turns direct, and bring in new energy into their lives, transforming so as not to be left behind in the past. So there is a chance for redemption and being able to open your eyes and wake up to things. This week is an eye-opening week. Let's just say that. Mars conjuncting the North Node is a call to adventure. And the concepts, old concepts and ideas and thought patterns are no longer fitting who we are becoming as a human race. So the old ideologies, the old ways of doing things are just not working anymore. And people are really starting to see that, and we're pushing forward. It has to go forward. You cannot go back and recapture and try to fit it into this new energetic arena that we're going into. You just can't fit that in. So you have to see where you're going to fit in it all. North Node is retrograding back for a second chance for those that are trying to awaken and really awaken to their soul purpose. It retrogrades back to 1 degrees back into Pisces, and then going direct on June 19th. So it'll still be in Pisces that whole time, but it'll be going retrograde, which is going back to maybe clean up, recapture, reassess, and then move it all forward. So until about June 19th. And then it's going to start making its move back. And it's already moving back into Aquarius at that time. So moving towards the spring equinox on the 21st, we have a concentration of 5 planets, and actually it'll be 6, including Chiron, in Aries. So this is going to heat it all up. This is an unusual 6-planet lining up in Aries. This is a very unusual time, and things are heating up. And time for action, to implement all the dreams and the plans that you had to change during this retrograde and to revise. You can go full speed ahead. But it's going to start rolling so fast, you don't want to trip over yourself. So don't get caught up in the fiery emotional wave going forward, and you trip up and you have issues on what you're manifesting because you're just going too fast. You're going to miss things if you're going too fast. Aries has a tendency to do that. So you might slow down a bit. It'll be hard, but things are going to just take a sudden turn, and it just gets heated up and goes really fast. The aspects of the new moon on the 18th, these are some of the aspects. Moon trines Jupiter, and that brings emotional growth and optimism and deeper connection, spiritual expansion, and enhanced creative expression. So where you are having trouble expressing yourself, maybe last week on up to the weekend with miscommunication, you'll find it much smoother to communicate with those that you are trying to, to whether it be in business, family, loved ones. It'll be a smoother time of communication, so you can drive home what it is you're trying to convey. It'll go a lot smoother and have a lot more flow to it. And so this is also an aspect, a really good aspect for important relationships, especially love. So if you've been drifting apart from your other half, your husband, your wife, your partner, your lover, this is a good time to maybe reassess and to reconnect. So just know that maybe it's not the time for things to be over. You can reconnect during this time. Mercury trine Jupiter in Cancer. This is harmonious connections to family, friends, and lovers. Ideas flow freely. It works in hand with the moon trining Jupiter, and ideas are flowing. Solutions are so much easier during this time, and the connection to loved ones who are no longer here is going to be very present as well. You'll be feeling that that nostalgia about those who've passed on, and and feeling that loss and wanting to reconnect on that emotional level. So Mars is also trining Jupiter, and that works with the other trines to harness energy for the new projects, whether it's for your home or for business. It's a very positive time for action using creativity. And you can do a lot of things during this time to really push along projects at work and at home. This is a very good time because things are going to be flowing so much easier, and that helps things to move along. So with that Aries energy, it will be on fire. So you'll be going forward and rolling along creatively, and it just seems so much easier. But you don't want to trip yourself up and get ahead of yourself, especially where business is concerned. So it's also a good time for working in groups and good old-fashioned spring cleaning. This would be the time, this going into the weekend, to do some spring cleaning in the home. Let's get it all out. Open the windows. Let's air it out, smudge it out, get the sage out. Clear off the old and get ready for the new, and make space for some new things. Not just energy, but for also tangible assets, because you'll be wanting to upgrade and renew. as the spring comes along. There is an aspect, a hard aspect during this time, and that is the Venus is in Aries, and that squares Jupiter, Cancer. So tensions between the desire for independence and the need for emotional security, that could be a tug of war, especially in relationships. You're desiring your freedom, but at the same time, you need the connection to your partner for maybe financial reasons. So you have to possibly make a decision, and it won't be an easy time for that. But you can make that decision and maybe fix some loose ends that of the communication with all of this that you were not able to do during the retrograde. This aspect is also a good time to learn the lessons to accept help. Okay, accepting help from your partner, from your family, from your loved ones, to accept help when it's needed, and not feel that, oh no, I have to do it all by myself, or I'm not going to do it at all, because that could be a real downfall for you. So this is a good time with this aspect to learn to ask for help or to accept help when it comes along, because it is out there for you. Okay, and if you're feeling smothered, at work by your boss or your other half, now's the time with these other positive transits to express your need for more space and downtime, and that you need your space. This is a good time to express that. So hopefully this will help in some way. It's looking pretty good for this week. Lots of spiritual awakening, even more on the higher level, and just a positive vibe. It's going to be a good week for socializing and being with those you love, and feeling nurtured around the people that are close to you. So it should be a really good week for that. But we will be seeing some things on the outer layers that are just not going to be able to be suppressed any longer. People are just not going to take it. They're not going to have it. We're past all that. It's time. It's time for truth, and let's move on to our next level. Have a wonderful day, a good week. I love you all, and namaste.